Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at some toxic friends that need to be ditched immediately.
What's something your friend did to you that made you realize they are no longer your friend?
Quite a few of my friends have done this, and it's why I've stopped talking to them, but one of them did it again recently. She couldn't wrap her head around the fact that I have a partner, and I live with my partner, and she doesn't.
Well, I mean, that just explains she doesn't seem like a very good friend or a nice person, does she? I'm assuming she's basically jealous because she's single.
Because in her words, I mean, Ola, you're pretty for a large person, okay? But, like, everyone finds me attractive.
Oh, so basically because apparently you're a bit bigger, you're like not pretty. That is such an insult. You're pretty for a large person. Nah, I'm sorry, where are you finding them friends? Because these friends seem crap.
I know some people find you attractive, obviously, but everyone finds me attractive, so I'm confused.
Maybe they find her attractive when she's like, you know, not making noise, but the minute that mouth of hers open, the minute she starts getting lippy, they like completely forget about that. I don't understand that. She seems like a very toxic friend, doesn't she?
And then when all our other friends in the group chat pointed out that was very rude, she said the only reason we're being mean to her is because she's prettier than us. I just stopped talking to her, but then she messaged me a couple of days ago asking when can I visit you on the Isle of Wight, babe?
Just don't let her in the house. She'll take you out. She definitely seems like one of them types of friends that just changes around people. Have you ever had a friend that like completely changes whenever they're like around a boy or like someone they fancy? It's really like, oh, it's cringy.
Okay, when I was younger, I used to have this friend. We used to always have sleepovers, but the sleepovers used to always be at my house. We used to always be going out, so like some of the outfits that she used to wear just didn't make sense, and it wasn't like we wasn't matching each other's fly. So I used to be like, girl, wear this, and I would let her like wear my clothes, and I would take it back and wash it sometimes. Okay, and like sometimes when she used to leave, weeks later, I would figure out like, dang, I can't find these pants, or I can't find this shirt that I had.
As if she's stolen them. Is she actually stolen them? I steal clothes from my mum all the time. Like, not like clothes, just like cardigan. I'm telling you, women's clothes, especially the cardigans, like they've got amazing labels and they look fantastic on me. I feel like I kind of look like, I don't know, but I'm wearing a turtleneck. I think I look good.
But I used to never think nothing of it, and I never would accuse her because like I never thought of her to be like that. But there's this day I was going to get food and I was passing by her house and I saw her at the bus stop. When I tell you these pants and this shirt that I've been looking for a good minute now, she was wearing at this bus stop with some new friends, I was like, wait a minute.
So she's basically wearing your clothes and like not even trying to hide it. If you're gonna steal clothes from like your friends, like wear it in your house, don't wear it out and about. Imagine you come across them and then they literally like realize in this situation that like they're literally wearing your clothes.
So I'm like, yeah, put a car over, let me get out. I get out and I'm like, yeah, what's going on here, girl? She's like, what are you talking about? I said, what do you mean what I'm talking about? I can't find that exact outfit in my closet. So what's going on here? When I tell you this girl act like she did not know what I was talking about.
They always act clueless, don't they? It's like whenever you watch like predators or pedos getting caught, they act clueless. I mean, to be fair, there's been a few things in my room that have like randomly disappeared and I've never been able to find. Are you ever like holding something, you step down and like it completely disappears? It's as if like it gets sucked into like a big black hole and like you never see it again.
So basically she was acting like she did not know what I was talking about, and I wasn't about to keep going back and forth with her. Her bus was pulling up. I was like, you know what, you can have it for right now, but I am going to pull it back to your house to see if you stole anything else. When I put it back to her house, she was not there, but her mom was there. I told her mom the whole situation that day, and her mom was so disappointed in her.
Okay, well at least the mom supports you. That's like a good thing, because sometimes like parents will literally protect their kids' behavior. Fair play to the mom. The mom seems like an actual good woman.
She was going through her clothes, and I started to see multiple different pants that was mine, multiple different shirts that was mine, which was equaling $200 worth of clothes.
Oh god, so it's like expensive clothes. If they were like siblings, I can understand that, you know, siblings stealing each other's clothes. But by the sound of it, this girl's literally stolen multiple outfits, which is like hundreds of dollars. You know, money doesn't grow on trees.
So I got my stuff back and I never spoke to her ever again. But not some of y'all in the comments trying to defend her for being a whole thief. She deserved the embarrassment in front of those girls because they should know that she has sticky hands and that she was still behind their back as a friend. I don't know what type of friendships y'all have been in, but I have never in my life stole from my friend, nor have I ever thought, oh, this is my friend. Yeah, we've been friends for 10 years. I'm gonna still just borrow it. It's gonna be okay. That is never okay.
Exactly. And do you want to know something that doesn't surprise me? I seen a video a while ago where a thief got, you know, confronted. Basically, they tried to steal stuff and like a woman followed them and like they obviously posted on TikTok screaming at them saying, why would you steal? In the comments, there was lots of people defending him. It's like so weird. It's like, why are you literally defending somebody who steals stuff? They were literally like, they only stole something from your business, you know, you can get insurance. But like, that's not the point. Imagine you had a business and people came in and just stole stuff. You'd be furious, wouldn't you? Apparently that's what woke people do. They let people steal.
Okay, so basically this story starts off with a girl that I knew from when I was 4 years old.
Apparently a lot of these people are getting backstabbed by childhood friends. Thinking about it now, all the childhood friends friends I had I don't speak to anymore. I've literally got one friend, which is my friend Marina.
We went to primary school together, nursery together, so if you're American, that's kindergarten. Like, I knew this girl.
The American schooling system's a tiny bit different, but basically they've known each other since they were like toddlers, basically very, very young. I always get confused with like the American school system. I mean, even in Northern Ireland, it's slightly different to the UK. We're like 1 year ahead, I think. It's just confusing. I'm not going to go into it.
We also went to secondary school together, so for Americans, that's high school. So between the ages of, I want to say 12 and 14, I really started to take my natural hair care seriously, and I started to learn how to do my natural hair. Obviously, trial and error, like, it wasn't perfect, but it was my first time really dealing with my own hair.
I mean, you're like 12 and 13 and 14, so you're very young. You're not going to be amazing at everything. Whenever I think of myself whenever I was 12, I looked a state. Like, oh my god, I looked a mess. But you want to know something? That's when we were all kids. We didn't really care about how we looked.
Now, her of a best friend at the time thought it'd be funny to take a picture of the back of my head and send it to the all boys school and another all girls school.
Oh god, yeah, that's Nazi behaviour. Look, if you and your friendship group are close and you know, take the piss out of each other, I used to do that for all my friends completely fine. If they sent a bad photo of me to a group chat that we're all in, I wouldn't be pissed. However, she sent it to an all boys school and an all girls school. That's evil.
Okay, part 2 to the story, let's go. After they sent my picture to the all boys and girls school, her best friend wanted to take me to the local McDonald's where everyone chilled so everyone could laugh at me.
So basically she sent you up to get laughed at. That's an awful thing, isn't it? I have noticed some people are like that. Why do they do it? Is it because they want attention, because they want to like be accepted? I mean, if you have to put like a friend down to like make new friends, you're a crap friend.
So whilst I was informed, the same day that they sent the picture, I was crying because I was upset about something, and the whole time I can hear people saying, oh, she's not crying about that, she's not crying about, but I didn't even know what they was talking about, so I brushed it off. Not me knowing, they thought I was crying because I found out that a couple of these bitches sent my to the neighbouring schools.
It happened to me a few times when I was in school. Like, I was upset about something, but people have been, you know, running their mouth about me, and they thought that I was upset about that, but I didn't even know about it, and that's like even worse.
Now, a bit of background story on this girl. My family never liked her. Since primary school days, my family was not very fond of her at all, but I still thought, like, do you know what I mean? I've known this girl since primary, she could never snake me like that. I was wrong.
I mean, sometimes you just gotta listen to your parents. You know, they have lived a life before you. Usually parents have like a gut feeling, they know their instincts. So obviously, you know, your parents didn't like her, and she still snaked you, so they were basically right the whole time. Do not like trust her.
So after weeks of people knowing what this fake gal and her best friend was doing, they finally decided to come and tell me what was going on. And her excuse was, when she came to address me, was, oh, I told her not to take you to the McDonald's. Did I forget to mention they did take me to the McDonald's so people could laugh at me? She tried to come to me and say to me that, oh, I told her not to take you to the McDonald's, but I went to the McDonald's anyway. Y'all had laughing at me anyway, so what are we doing now?
I mean, they just didn't try to stop you, did they? They're like backpedaling. I mean, don't get me wrong, kids have always done bad stuff. I mean, I done stupid stuff whenever I was younger. Whenever they're like, oh, you know, blah, 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 I tried to stop it, blah, 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 they're usually lying.
Crazy, because sis was really a snake. Because I found out weeks after this happened, like, from the whole, she was commenting on somebody's pictures, look at her hair, like, I found out weeks later. If you was in my form, you went to my secondary and you're watching this, you knew what she was doing, and it took you weeks to let me know. You're a fake too. Why did it take you more than a day to let me know what was going on? If you was in that form cackling with people too, you're a fake too. Like, sorry, it doesn't take rocket science to be a good friend. And on top of that, don't let time determine who's a real, because I'm telling you, you'll be a joke at the end of the day.
I mean, the reason they probably didn't tell you was because it was just funny to them. And also they were probably scared because like they knew they were gonna get the blame for it or something like that. I mean, I don't understand it. Kids are really mean. Like, it's actually quite scary. Whenever I was 14, there's things I wouldn't do, but like kids nowadays, they do it. The way they speak to like adults, like, it's quite scary.
Bro, I wish I was making this up right now, but basically I became friends with this girl who was mad jealous, didn't want anybody to have anything to do with me. She'd make up rumors, make up situations so that I'd have to cut them off or whatever. And then, this is where it gets crazy, basically got to a point where anybody that she had a problem with, I had to avoid, including her crushes. Like, I couldn't talk to them, I wasn't allowed to.
I mean, look, if she genuinely had beef with people, I could understand why maybe she didn't want you to go near them. But crushes, like everyone, this is bizarre. I mean, I definitely dislike people, but like if my friends were hanging out with them, I'd say that's fine, you know, just don't talk about me, don't mention them in front of me. Friendships nowadays are tiring, aren't they?
The crazier thing about it is when I actually ran to her, she called 911 for me and basically was there for the whole situation. After I got tell me why this girl moved schools with me and then switched up, basically found a girl who didn't like me, became her best friend, and they just started conniving to get me jumped, record me anytime I left class, and all kind of weird like stalker shit. Went out of her way to convince people that I lied about being so that she could start gaining friends and people could start hating me with her. On top of that, this girl still to this day has group chats recording me and my TikToks.
Oh my god, so she's still like recording you and talking about you. Do you want to know what it could actually be? She might actually have a crush on you, and I know that sounds like really like weird. I don't know if the girl's a lesbian, like the bad one. Maybe she is, maybe she isn't. But you know, she could actually have like feelings for you deep down, and like she wants to cover them feelings with hatred. I literally watched a TikTok earlier today where men were taken in for an experiment. They were asked questions and they were basically put into groups as homophobic and non-homophobic. They were shown, you know, explicit videos of straight couples, lesbians, and then gay men. They also had like a bit of like technology around their privates to, you know, like monitor it, like proper in it, like a big experiment. Whenever they were watching the explicit stuff, the non-homophobic people, you know, got aroused by the straight and lesbian stuff, but the homophobic ones actually got aroused by like the gay stuff. And like obviously they didn't admit it, but like they literally were like hooked up down below with like a thing monitoring like their blood and stuff. And whenever they watch, you know, the naughty gay stuff, they got a bit hard. And that's why a lot of people say, you know, homophobic people secretly are gay and like they love men, but like they try to hide it with their homophobia. So it could be that type of situation where she genuinely really likes you and fancies you, or has like a weird obsession with you, but she's trying to like hide that by like hating you. Either way, she seems like a psycho, doesn't she?
At gym class at the same time together, so we changed with each other. While we were changing, I happened to notice that she was wearing a bra that I happened to have as well. But then I thought, wow, wait, I've been missing that exact bra.
Don't tell me it's another situation where someone's clothes are literally getting stolen. I'm actually thinking someone's stealing my clothes, because there's been a few times where like I've looked for stuff, not even clothes, just like normal stuff, and like it's missing. Is my mum stealing stuff?
And that underwear that she was wearing. Went home and turns out she had stolen multiple pairs of bras, multiple pairs of underwear. And then because of that, I really started thinking like she had to have been stealing other things too.
Wait, oh my god. Hoodies, joggy bottoms can understand that, you know, that's like normal stuff. Bras and underwear, like your pants that's like been around your bits. She stole him. Oh nah, I bet you she's proper sniffing him or something like that. That's weird behavior.
Overall, for the past like 2 years before that, she stole over $300 worth of from me. I tried to make her come clean without me having to call her out on it. I FaceTime her and was like, hey, I'm missing this exact bra. Did I leave it at your house? I literally gave her the chance to say, oh yeah, you did leave it here. Here you go. But no, she said she couldn't find it. But then would wear it the next day.
Oh my god, right, so she says, yep, I don't know where it is, can't find it, but I'm gonna wear it the next day. That's so bizarre, isn't it? Do you reckon there's like a reason they do it? I do think a lot of, you know, these bad friends secretly fancy these people, because there's no normal, like, reason for them to act so, like, two-faced and creepy.
Eventually, yes, I did confront her. She cried like she was the victim, and then I didn't let her over my house ever again. I didn't want that nasty underwear that she stole from me back.
Good, you should never let her into your house again, and I'm still wondering what was she doing with the pants. Also, I feel like a lot of these situations have to do with internalized homophobia. I mean, a lot of these girls are, you know, getting backstabbed by other girls. People always say girls stand by girls, but not in this case.
4 years ago, I was best friends with this girl that I have been best friends with since 7th grade.
Yet again, another 7th grade. Like, these are literally childhood friends. Should I go through and, like, see what friends have ran their mouth about me? To be fair, they probably have.
To this day, I don't think she knows this is the reason why I cut her off. So, junior year, we're in the lunch line or whatever. It's my friend, her boyfriend, and a couple other people that we knew. And we're in the lunch line talking about, like, menstrual cycles and shit. Mind you, I did not have my menstrual cycle in my junior year of high school. I was 17, didn't have a cycle. My body's like 3 years behind on growth to this day, and I don't know why. You know, that's just my body.
I mean, that's like me. I'd say I'm 3 years behind everything. I mean, I'm turning 20 in a few months, and I feel like I still look like 16, so I'm literally like you.
I didn't like people knowing that because I didn't like explaining why, and you know what I'm saying? It was just kind of embarrassing to me. And she thought it was so funny because this is like the second time this has happened. And I'm the type of person, if you keep doing something over and over again, I'm gonna cut you off because I already told you I don't like that and you don't respect me. My friend goes like, oh, I have to check the back of my pants every now and then because I'm on my period. I'm just sitting there agreeing with her. I'm like, yeah. My best friend goes, I bet Ania don't know the feeling of that. I ain't never felt so embarrassed a day in my life until that day.
Oh, that's awful, isn't it? So basically this girl obviously, you know, isn't getting her period or something like that, and the girl's, you know, talking about getting a period, and now she has to like check the back of her pants. Yeah, I don't like that. It's weird how like your best friends will backstab you.
Okay, I guess I could tell y'all how I kind of reacted about the whole thing. So when she had said that, I kind of looked at her in like a really type of face. Like, you know, I don't know. She just put me in a position to answer questions that I did not want to answer. You know what I'm saying? People was asking me questions like, what if you can't have kids? And I was just like, damn. Like, the people that were around us when she had said that, they were trying to, like, ask me hella questions and basically little girling me. I'm just like, and then after we had left the lunch line, she was like, oh, my bad, Ania, I'm sorry. Like, no, you knew exactly what you were doing, because this had happened before.
Exactly, she knew exactly what she was doing the whole time. You know, you get people around you gang up on them. I mean, you know, that's obviously very personal to her. And like, you know, she doesn't want to talk about it. And this girl got loads of friends around her and ganged up on her.
So this friend was very spiritual. She loved doing chants and manifestation, the stuff with the powder. So one night I was sleeping and I heard her chanting. So I rolled over and did the just to, you know, make it seem like I was so asleep. She was in her spiritual corner, whatever you want to call it, chanting. There were candles lit and she just was rocking back and forth like this.
Okay, are you sure she's doing manifestation stuff and not a ritual? How do you feel about manifestation? I definitely do believe in it, but I feel like you have to put the work in. I feel like people are made to believe that like they can manifest everything. You can definitely manifest stuff, but like I always see TikToks where people are like manifesting like getting £1 million. It's like you can manifest that, but like you do realize you have to go out and somehow make that £1 million.
May she never find love unless it's with me. I'm like, who could she possibly be talking about? Then she goes to say, I curse her and her next love life unless it's with me. She raises up the doll, some doll. She raises it up like this with both of her hands, and it was a doll of me, identical to me. I couldn't deny this doll. It looked just like me. To confirm this even more, she wrote my name on the paper like 6 to 7 times in a square. Looked like scribbles. She wrapped it around the doll, said I loved you, put it under the bed that I was sleeping in.
Okay, yeah, so she wasn't doing manifestation and spiritual stuff. She was trying to hex you. Have I ever been hexed by a friend? I mean, I hope I haven't.
So this happened in late secondary school, where I became friends with this girl who was in a similar friendship group to me. So much so that I considered her one of my best friends. So I was chatting to some of our mutual friends and they were joking about how me and her had slept together, which wasn't true at all. When I approached her about it, she denied the whole thing, but then proceeded to not talk to me again.
I wonder if she was telling people if they slept together. I mean, a lot of women will have men say that they've like slept with them when they just haven't. So women or guys, if it happens to you, if someone ever starts spreading rumors that they've slept with you, go along with it. Don't deny it. Say that they were the worst person ever and say that they were doing like really weird stuff. I mean, you might as well say that they were like mooning like their mum's name or like something weird. At the end of the day, if they're going to spread lies and rumors about you, you might as well get on top of them and make them even worse. Make them look like the weirdo.
So like a year later, I was dating this guy and his best friend was dating my other friend, who happened to be friends with the first girl. So I thought, hell, if we are all going to be hanging out, I'll bury the hatchet and play nice.
It would be amazing if it was like that, but trust me, whenever you've got a crazy friend, you can't just bury the hatchet. They'll never forget about it. They will always be out to get you.
And it was all going fine until she started telling my boyfriend at the time how he deserved so much better than me and how she had all these feelings for him and blah 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 blah. So I'm obviously mad, but he's like, no, he'll tell her to back off and whatever. Months later, we're away from home and I'm on his laptop just checking out my Facebook. And I think I deleted a photo because I ended up in the deleted folder.
And I just know exactly what's going to come up. It's going to be photos of them together. At that point, you should have just backhanded her. You know, give her a slap.
And I find nude photos of her, which actually ended up being nothing to do with him. She actually sent them to like loads of people's boyfriends. So I write this really stern email saying how she wasn't worth the breath, but I thought she was disgusting, blah, 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 blah. And then years down the line, she sends me this long apology email about it all, and then proceeded to tell me how she thought I had an eating disorder all because of her.
Oh, shut up. See, she's trying to gaslight you. She's obsessed with you. These people don't let stuff go. Okay, so the boyfriend wasn't cheating. She just sent him stuff like that. That's weird behavior, honestly. Well, actually don't. I was going to say post it on Twitter, but don't do that because you'll get arrested.
And my problems have nothing to do with her. Like, I'm very, very, very rarely done with someone, but I was done with her, so I just didn't have a second thought about it. Until this email. But then she proceeds to make this whole apology all about herself, which I addressed to her, to which I told her I would have appreciated the apology if it had been genuine, which I don't feel it was. And I never talked to her again.
Brilliant. And that's when you need to block her and cut her off. It's the fact that like even whenever they apologize, they still somehow make it about themselves, or they'll try to like gaslight you. But anyways, that's where we're gonna leave that video there. That is some awful friends that were not actually people's friends. They were backstabbers and two-faced. If you've ever had a friend like that, I definitely have. I feel bad for you because you know we can all relate to how they act. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're a big subscribe button, and just I'll see you all in the next video.